Sardines are small fish that live in large schools offshore. And catching them requires technique, experience, and coordination between fishermen and fishing equipment. To catch sardines effectively, fishermen often use purse seines or specialized trawls, with mesh sizes suitable for not harming small or young fish. Usually, fishing takes place at night or early morning, when schools of sardines tend to surface near the water to feed. At this time, fishing boats will use extremely strong headlights to lure a school of fish closer, then quickly drop the net around the school of fish. After the fish are surrounded by the net, the crew will slowly pull the net back to gather the fish onto the boat, avoiding crushing the fish. Catching sardines requires high speed and precision, because if delayed, the school of fish can quickly disperse and escape the net. In addition, fishermen must regularly monitor the weather. Currents and movement of the fish to adjust their fishing plans accordingly. After catching, the sardines are preliminarily processed on board to maintain their freshness, then brought back to shore for further processing or consumption. This is a process that is both traditional and applies modern technology, demonstrating the flexibility and long-standing skills of coastal fishermen. In addition to using nets and lights, in recent years, sardine fishing has also been supported by modern positioning technology such as fish finders, radars and GPS systems. These devices help fishermen accurately determine the location and density of fish schools, thereby saving time and fuel during the fishing process. Some large fleets also use temperature and salinity sensors to predict where sardines are likely to appear with a high probability. However, in addition to economic efficiency, sardine fishing also needs to be done sustainably. Overexploitation during the spawning season or using nets with mesh sizes that are too small will cause a serious decline in the number of sardines in the wild, directly affecting the marine ecosystem and fishermen's income in the long term. Therefore, many coastal localities have established regulations on fishing seasons, net sizes and maximum allowable output to protect aquatic resources. Sardine fishing is not only an economic activity but also a cultural feature of many fishing communities, closely linked to daily life and long-standing traditions. Through many generations, sardine fishing techniques have always been inherited, improved and preserved as an indispensable part of the journey to make a living in the middle of the ocean after the sardines are loaded onto the ship. The preservation process also plays an extremely important role in ensuring the quality of the fish when they arrive at port. Normally, the fish will be put into ice containers or a specialized cold storage system right on the ship to maintain freshness. Depending on the size of the ship and the fishing time, some large ships are also equipped with deep freezers, helping to preserve the fish for a longer period of time without affecting the quality of the fish meat. When arriving at the port, the sardines will be classified by size and quality, then transferred to processing facilities. Here, the fish can be pre-processed to clean, canned, dried or salted depending on the purpose of consumption and export. Sardines are a type of fish with high nutritional value, containing a lot of omega-3, protein and essential minerals. So they are always popular in domestic and foreign markets. Thanks to the high demand, sardine fishing has become a stable source of livelihood for thousands of coastal fishermen. However, to ensure sustainability, sardine fishing cannot only focus on output, but must be associated with the responsibility of protecting the marine environment and long-term aquatic resources. Only then can the sardine fishing industry continue to develop, contributing to preserving the livelihoods of fishermen as well as preserving the beauty and life of the ocean for future generations. In addition to technical and preservation factors, sardine fishing is also closely linked to the spiritual and cultural life of many coastal communities. In some fishing villages, before each sardine fishing trip, fishermen often hold sea worship ceremonies to pray for favorable weather, a safe trip and a bountiful harvest. These ceremonies show respect for the ocean, their source of life for generations, and at the same time create community cohesion and long-standing traditions. In addition, during the sardine season, the atmosphere at seaports becomes more bustling than ever. Ships loaded with fish dock. Groups of workers work hard to unload, classify, process and transport fish to wholesale markets or factories. This image not only shows the typical hustle and bustle of coastal life, but also demonstrates the strong vitality of the long-standing traditional profession. Despite the changes of time, fierce competition and the impact of climate change, sardine fishing still plays an important role in the economic and social life of many localities. In the future, if there is proper investment in technology, raising awareness of environmental protection and maintaining cultural ties, this profession will certainly continue to develop strongly, contributing to building a sustainable and national identity-rich fisheries industry. Moreover, sardine fishing also plays an important role in creating jobs for many working classes in coastal areas. Not only do fishermen go out to sea directly, but many people are also involved in logistics such as net repair, fuel supply, transportation, processing and trading. The development of this profession has led to the formation of traditional sardine processing villages, where people dry, salt, can or process into many specialty dishes to serve the domestic and export markets. In particular, some regions also organize sardine festivals to promote local products, attract tourists and contribute to the development of the regional economy. These festivals are not only an opportunity to honor the value of fishing, but also a place to preserve and teach traditional techniques to the younger generation. From how to cast nets, classify fish to preservation and processing. Thereby, the sardine fishing industry not only brings economic benefits but also contributes to preserving the unique cultural identity of coastal residents. In the current context, when marine resources are being overexploited, sustainable sardine fishing, combining tradition and modernity, is becoming an inevitable trend. If we know how to plan properly, control output and apply scientific and technical advances, the sardine fishing industry will not only protect natural resources but also bring stable and long-term economic value to the entire coastal community. It is impossible not to mention the challenges that the sardine fishing industry has faced in recent years. Climate change changes seawater temperature and ocean currents, making the migration habits of sardines more unpredictable, reducing the effectiveness of traditional fishing trips. In addition, marine pollution caused by plastic waste, industrial wastewater and oil spills also seriously affects the habitat of sardines. Causing the exploitation output to decrease every year. In addition, fierce competition between vessels also creates great pressure, especially when many vessels exploit fish using destructive methods or exceeding the permitted output. This not only depletes fish resources but also causes conflicts of interest among fishing communities. In this situation, many coastal localities have begun to implement policies to protect sardines, such as clearly defining fishing seasons, issuing fishing licenses, organizing patrols to monitor fishing areas and raising fishermen's awareness of responsible fishing. At the same time, international cooperation programs in the field of marine resource protection have also been promoted, creating conditions for fishermen to access new knowledge and learn sustainable exploitation models from developed countries. Only with the joint efforts of the community, government and professional organizations can the sardine fishing industry overcome current challenges and continue to develop strongly in the future, along with efforts to protect aquatic resources. Training and improving the skills of fishermen are also being focused on to help them adapt to new requirements in the sardine fishing industry. Many training courses on modern fishing techniques, the use of positioning equipment, post-harvest fish preservation, as well as knowledge of maritime law and environmental protection are regularly held in coastal localities. This not only helps fishermen improve productivity, minimize post-harvest losses, but also contributes to building a generation of professional, technically knowledgeable and responsible marine workers with a sense of responsibility for natural resources. In addition, preferential loan support programs to upgrade boats and invest in modern preservation equipment also contribute to improving working conditions and increasing exploitation efficiency. In the context of international economic integration, Vietnamese sardines and sardine products are increasingly present in the world market. To meet strict standards on food quality and hygiene and safety, processing facilities are also gradually applying modern technology, building a closed production process and ensuring clear product traceability. These positive changes are proof of the right direction, a harmonious combination of traditional and modern elements. Between conservation and development, it can be said that sardine fishing is not only an economic activity but also an inseparable part of the culture, life and future of coastal residents in Vietnam. Preserving and developing this profession is to contribute to preserving the soul of the ocean, a place that has fed many generations and continues to be a hope for many people in the future. Not only does it have economic, cultural and environmental values, sardine fishing also bears a profound humanistic imprint. In the middle of the vast ocean, fishermen not only work but also bond and rely on each other like brothers and sisters. Life on the water makes them understand the harshness of nature and cherish every peaceful moment when returning to shore. On each trip out to sea, the village and neighborly relationship is nurtured through each gesture of helping, sharing experiences or simply words of encouragement when facing difficulties. It is this solidarity and affection that has created lasting strength for the fishing community, helping them to steadfastly stick to the sea despite facing many storms. Many children growing up in fishing villages have also developed a deep love for the sea and their homeland, continuing the traditions of their ancestors with pride and responsibility. For them, each sardine is not only a product of exploitation but also the crystallization of sweat, effort and love for the sea. Therefore, protecting and developing the sardine fishing profession is not only about economic or ecological aspects but also a way to preserve human values-memories, traditions and dreams associated with the sea. When a profession is continued with love and a sense of protection, it will not fade away over time but, on the contrary, will become a living symbol of identity, resilience and community spirit. Looking to the future, it is believed that, if properly cared for, the sardine fishing profession will continue to be the sustainable heartbeat of coastal areas, contributing to a harmonious appearance between economic development, cultural preservation and protection of the blue ocean. From all the aspects mentioned, it can be seen that sardine fishing is not simply a livelihood. But a living ecosystem, connecting people, nature, tradition, and the future. Each sardine season is a time when the ocean gives people precious gifts. But in return, people also need to show appreciation, know how to preserve and exploit them responsibly. Investing in fishing port infrastructure, fishing logistics systems, and promoting scientific research on the habits and ecology of sardine species will be necessary steps to improve exploitation efficiency and ensure sustainability. In addition, there needs to be closer coordination between authorities at all levels, environmental protection organizations, research institutes and the fishing community itself to build a comprehensive, long-term strategy. Every coastal resident, whether directly fishing or indirectly participating in the sardine value chain, plays an important role in maintaining the prosperity of the profession. With determination and unity, the Vietnamese fishing community can completely develop the sardine fishing profession even more strongly, not only to enrich themselves, but also to enrich their homeland and country and leave a valuable legacy for future generations, a blue ocean, full of life and hope. From an educational and inspirational perspective, sardine fishing also has the potential to become a valuable content in the curriculum. Practical experience activities, or eco-tours combined with learning about marine culture, images of fishing boats sailing out to sea, bustling fishing villages during the fishing season, or the elaborate process of catching and processing sardines can all become vivid materials to educate the younger generation about labor, nature, and the connection between people and the sea. Many schools in coastal areas have now begun to integrate marine environmental education into their lessons. Helping students better understand their homeland's resources and their responsibility to protect them. Not only that, fishing can also inspire a passion for marine science research in the younger generation, those who are capable of applying new technologies to fishing, farming, and conserving marine ecosystems in a smart and sustainable way. In the future, if invested in and developed synchronously, the sardine fishing industry can completely become a model for a green economic model, where human livelihoods, nature conservation, and traditional culture coexist and develop together. It is not only a belief, but also a feasible direction if there is cooperation from all sides, the state, the community, businesses and the young generation. Because each sardine not only nourishes the body, but also nourishes the soul, arousing gratitude for the sea. Love for the homeland, and the desire to live in harmony with nature in an increasingly changing world. Finally, for the sardine fishing industry to truly develop sustainably and become an economic, cultural, ecological pillar of coastal areas, building a brand for sardine products is a key factor that cannot be ignored. Vietnamese sardines, with their fresh quality, high nutritional value and traditional and modern fishing methods, are fully capable of establishing their own position in the international market, developing deeply processed products such as canned sardines, seasoned sardines, or specialty dishes with the rich flavor of the homeland sea. Not only helps increase economic value but is also a way to promote the image of Vietnam's sea to the world. To do that, it is necessary to promote the work of building brands, geographical indications, intellectual property registration,